So in the previous lecture, we can discuss about the different types of the polynomials like linear, quadratic and cubic polynomials. And we can also discuss about if it is a linear polynomial, so number of 0 is 1. If it is quadratic, so number of 0 it is 2. And if it is cubic polynomial, then the number of 0 it is 3. And one more thing we already discussed is the shape of the graph. So if it is linear polynomial, so it is a straight line. If it is a quadratic polynomial, then it will be U shape. And if it is cubic, so shape is not fixed, but it cut the x-axis in the 3 different points. But now we are going to start our new exercise. So in exercise number 2.1, they are asking from the graph you can identify how many number of zeros actually they have. So first of all we can read that question. So a graph of a polynomials, it is given. So see that all the graph is given. Are given in the following figure for some polynomials p of x. So find the number of 0. So what do we want to find? This portion. Find the number of zeros. We want to find how many number of zeros the graph actually have. So we can start with our question number first. So see that graph. So this graph, from the graph we can directly say that what? It cut y-axis, but it does not cut the x-axis. So in the first question, the number of 0 is 0 because it does not, this line doesn't intersect our x-axis. If it is not intersect as our x-axis, so number of zeros is 0 as graph of p of x is not intersect x-axis. Clear? Now second question. See that second, it is our first, that is our second. So from that graph you can see that it is cut that x-axis into the 1 point. It is cut that into the 1 point. So here number of 0 is 1. How many number of zeros? It is 1 because it is intersect at only one time. So here we can write the number of 0 is 1 as p of graph of p of x is intersect x-axis only one time. Now see the question number 3. So in a second, in question number 3 what happens? See, this graph is cut 1, 2 and 3. How many times that graph intersect that x-axis? 1, 2 and 3 times. So how many number of zeros that graph have? So we can write here the number of 0 is 3. Our answer is 3 as graph of p of x is intersect x-axis only 3 times. Now next. So here see that graph that are cutting x-axis into the how many times? 2 times. So number of 0 it is 2. So once again we can write like that. The number of 0 is 2 as graph of p of x is intersect x-axis only 2 time. So it is easy. From this or fall question you can see that if it is cut one time, so number of 0 is 1. If it is there is no cut on x axis, so number of 0 is 0. If it is cut x axis into the 3 times, 1, 2 and 3, so number of 0 is 3. If it is cut 2 times, so number of 0 is 2. So here in next question 1, 2, 3 and 4. So how many zeros of that graph have? So we can write the number of 0 is 4 as graph of p of x intersect x axis only 4 times. Last 1, 2 and 3. So this graph cut x axis into how many times? 1, 2 and 3. So how many number of zeros they have? 3. So we can write like that. The number of 0 is 3 as graph of p of x intersect x axis only 3 times. So it is very easy exercise. In that exercise they are saying that what? From the graph we want to find out the number of zeros. So it is very easy. If it is intersect single time, 1. If it is intersect 3 times, number of 0 is 3. So same question it is given before the exercise 2.1. So you can do it at your home and find out the number of 0. Okay. So here our second topic is relationship between zeros and the coefficient of a polynomial. But before that we will discuss about how can we find the zeros of linear, how can we find the zeros of quadratic, and how can we find the zeros of cubic polynomial. We can already discuss in the previous lectures, but here we are classifying one by one, so you can easily understand how can we find the zeros and what is its shape. So for first, here we are discussing about the linear polynomial. So you are already familiar with that. Linear, it is always the highest degree is 1. So now how can we find the zeros of that polynomial? So for that, here first of all we can put p of x is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 2x plus 5. That 5 is going second side, so it will be 2x. So what is x? Minus 5 by 2. So it is a zeros for that polynomial. So it is our first method. First of all here we will put 0, then we can find the direct the value of that. And second method we have a formula for that. What is its formula? Number of 0 is equal to minus b by a. Now what is b and a? So you must remember before that it is its standard form. So what is the standard form for the linear polynomial? It is ax plus b. Clear? So it is our second method. If we want to find the zeros for the linear polynomial, we have one directly formula for that. Which its formula? Number of 0 is equal to minus b by a. So see that. Now what is the value of b? So compare these both, standard form and our example. So here what is the value of a? It is 2. A is equal to 2. And what is b? B is equal to 5. So now what is b? 2. And what is a? Sorry, what is b? It is 5. And what is a? It is 2. And minus sign will be remain same. So see that both answer, it is same. Clear? It is same. So either you can find the zeros of linear polynomial by using formula, or you have one method like that. First of all we will put p of x is equal to 0 and then we will find it answer. So it is the portion we will discuss about the linear polynomial. And last time we can also plot it graph. It is like that. So here they are cutting only one time. Clear? So it is always straight line. Now we will discuss about second portion. So in the second portion it is about quadratic polynomial. So quadratic polynomial, what happen? If it is quadratic, so maximum degree is 2. Maximum degree is 2. So now first of all, how can we find the zeros of quadratic? By using factorization. So first of all, we can make the factor of first 6 ones are 6. So 6 we can factorize as a 5. So we can write like that, x square, first and last step will be same. Now factorize 5x. So it will be, we can write like that, 3 2s are 6. So see that 3 plus 2 it will be 5 and 3 2s are it will be 6. Now next. So here which is the common? X. So x plus 3. And which is the common term here? 2. So 2 is a common. So here 6. So it will be 3. So x plus 3 and second it will be x plus 2. So it means what? It is our standard form. So what is its standard form? We can also discuss its standard form. Ax square plus bx plus c. It is its standard form. So now you can remain one thing is what? If we want to find out the zeros of quadratic polynomial, we have one method. It is which? Factorization. Which method? Factorization. We have also the second method. Sometimes what happen? Factorization is very hard. Because here the factor 6 it will be easy, but sometimes we have the digit, so we cannot factorize. So for that we have one formula which is arrived in chapter number 4, quadratic equation. So we have one formula like that, minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. It is a formula for, it is also known as quadratic formula. So it is our second method or quadratic formula. So it means what? We want, if you want to find out the zeros of quadratic polynomial, so we have a first method, it is factorization, and second method it is quadratic formula. So how can we implement that formula in our that sum? So for that we will compare with our standard. So see that x square. So what is the coefficient of x square? It is 1. So what is its value? A is equal to 1. What is the value of b? It will be 5. And what is the value of c? It will be 6. Now we will put that all value in our equation. So minus sign as usual. B, what is a b? 5 plus or minus under root b square. So 5 square it will be 25 minus 4 in bracket. What is the a? 1 and what is c? 6 upon 2 into a means what? 1. So 6 4s are 24 and 24 1s are 24. So 25 minus 24 it is 1. So we can write like that, minus 5 plus or minus root 1 upon 2 1s are 2. Because 6 4s are 24, 25 minus 24 it will be 1. Now what is the square root of 1? It is 1. So minus 5 plus or minus 1 divided with 2. So now first of all we can take the plus sign and second we can take the minus sign. So we can write like that, minus 5, one time we can take the plus and one time we can take the minus sign. So we have under 2 value of x, plus minus it is minus. So 5 minus 1 4. So minus 4 divided with 2. So it will be 2 minus 2, x is equal to minus 2. Second, minus minus plus, so minus 6 by 2. So 2 3s are. So what is its answer? Minus 3. So same answer here we get. If it is plus, if it is going second side, so we can get x is equal to minus 3. And if it is going second side, so it become minus 2. So same answer, minus 3, minus 3, minus 2, minus 2. So either if you want to find out the zeros of quadratic polynomial, we have a two method. First it is factorization, and second by using quadratic formula. Clear? So it is also arrived in our chapter number 4. So we can discuss the later about the detail of that quadratic formula. But in chapter number 2, you can also implement that formula for finding the zeros of quadratic polynomial. So now our third portion, it is which? Cubic polynomial. So for a cubic, so it is cubic form. See, the degree of it is 3. So now which is the common term? X. So in bracket we can get x square minus 1, because if we take the x as a common, so here x square and here it is 1. Now once again we can factorize it, because it is a form like that, a square minus b square. So a plus b and a minus b. So here we can write like that, x plus 1 and x minus 1, because 1 square is 1. So we have a 3 value of 0. See that first x is equal to 0, second x is equal to minus 1, and if it is going second side, so it become plus. Clear? So from all this discussion, you need to remember the two things. If we want to find out the zeros of linear, we have one direct method, and second we have one direct formula. If we want to find out the zeros of quadratic polynomial, so then first it is factorization formula, and second it is a quadratic formula. And for a cubic we haven't any method, but we can factorize it. So here we have a 3 0, 1 2 and 3. Here we have only 2 0, 1 and 2, because quadratic have an 2 0, cubic have a 3 0, and linear polynomial have an only 1 0. So you need to remember this all thing, because it is very important for exercise number 2.2. Now for this all we can summarize that we can make the one chart. So from that chart you can easily understand how many zeros, what is its standard form, what is the shape of the graph. So for that we can make the chart, linear, quadratic and cubic. And here first of all the standard form of a linear, it is ax plus b, because it have the highest degree is 1. Clear? It is highest degree is 1, here degree is 2, so it is quadratic polynomial, and here maximum degree is 3, so it is cubic polynomial. So it is its standard form. Second column, it is number of zeros of linear polynomial. So number of zeros for a linear, it is always 1. Then number of zeros for quadratic, it is 2, and number of zeros for cubic, it is 3. We can already discuss in this. Clear? We can already discuss here for a linear we have an only 1 0. If it is a quadratic we have a 2 0, and if it is cubic, so we have a 3 0. So we can write like that 1 2 and 3. Now formula or a method for finding the zero. So first we have a direct formula for that, number of 0 is equal to minus b by a, or we can also write like that, p of x is equal to 0. Then we find zeros for linear polynomial. Second, if it is quadratic polynomial, we have a two method, factorization and quadratic equation. We can already discuss that. It is factorization and it is quadratic. Now for a cubic we have only one, factorization. Clear? For a cubic if we want to find out the zero, so we can use the factorization. Now next, shape of a graph. So it is always straight line. See that it is always straight line, because if we draw the graph, so graph of the linear polynomial, it is always straight line. If it is quadratic, so either it have the shape like that, so it is cutting 2 times, also it is a shape like that. Once again it is, so it is a U shape, either it is a upper or a below U. Clear? Next, the shape is not fixed here, but it is fixed. They are cutting the 3 times. 1, 2 and 3 times. So, for a cubic polynomial, it always cut the x-axis the 3 different times, but it is depend on which example given to us. Sometime it is not cut. We have in the graph like that. We can also see the cases in our previous lectures. Clear? Next example. So, what is a example of linear? See that it is a linear form 2x plus 5 because highest degree is 1. Then quadratic polynomial, highest degree is 2, and for a cubic the highest degree is 3. So, it means what? You need to remember that thing, and from that graph they can ask the so many questions from that graph. And next thing is what? From the you can also write down that graph in your fair book. So, from that graph, if they are asking the MCQs or fill in the blanks, so we can directly see the graph and we can write down that fill in the blanks or a MCQ. So, it is very important for that purpose. Okay. So, students, today we are going to learn our next topic. It is relationship between zeros and the coefficient of polynomial. But before starting that topic, we are going to learn how can we find the relationship. So, we have 2 formula for that actually. So, we can start with our quadratic polynomial. So, in a quadratic means what? First of all, it is its standard form ax square plus bx plus c. Highest power of x, it will be always 2. So, it is known as the quadratic polynomial. Now, in the previous lecture, we can discuss about how can we find the zeros of quadratic polynomial. We have 2 methods for that. We can also make the one chart. On chart, we can discuss that for finding the zeros of quadratic polynomial. We have 2 methods. First, factorization, and second, it is quadratic equation. So, last time we can already discuss that, but now our next step is what? If they are asking find the relationship between zeros and the coefficient of quadratic polynomial, at that time you need to use that 2 formula. Which one? First, sum of 0, and second, product of 0. So, we have a directly formula for that. So, for a sum of zeros, the formula is minus b by a. Now, what is b and what is a? B means coefficient of x. So, here we can write coefficient of x upon what is a? Coefficient of x square. So, here we can write coefficient of x square. So, the formula for quadratic polynomial, so for a sum of 0 it is minus b by a, and for a product of 0 it is c by a. So, c means what? Constant term. C means constant term upon a means coefficient of x square, coefficient of x square. So, you need to remember the 2 things. First, for a sum of zeros, minus b by a formula. B means coefficient of x and a means coefficient of x square. And second, product of 0, it is c by a. So, it is constant term, c means constant term, and a means coefficient of x square. So, how can we find that relationship? For that, for better understanding, we are taking one example. So, from example you can get the idea how can we find the relationship as well as zeros of any quadratic polynomial. So, read this question. Find the zeros of which polynomial? X square plus 7x plus 10. So, first of all we need to find the zeros, and second thing they are what? They are asking verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So, we need to find out the 2 things. First of all it is 0, and second the relationship between zeros and coefficient. Sometimes they are also asking like that same question, but the method of asking that will be different. Here they are using that word relationship between zeros and coefficient. Second, first portion is same. Second they are saying that what? Find the sum of zeros, and product of 0. So meaning of these both will be same. If they are saying relationship between zeros and coefficient, at that time we need to find out the sum of zeros and product of 0. If they are asking like that, sum of 0 and product of 0, so the question will be same, but they are asking different kind. Now first of all we need to find out the zeros. So first of all we are using factorization, because factorization is easy for us. Here 10. So 10 is in which table? 5 2s are. So 5 plus 2 it will be 7. So here we can factorize like that, 5x plus 2x plus 10. Here we can factorize 7x as a 5 2s are 5 into 2. It will be 10, and 5 plus 2 it will be 7. So here we can factorize like that. Next, now we can make which is the common term between first two. So it will be always x, and here it will be 2. So x plus 5. Now x plus 5 is a common bracket. So first x plus 5 and second it is x plus 2. So what is our first 0 value if it is going second side? So x is equal to minus 5, and if it is going second side, so it become x is equal to minus 2. So it is our 2 zeros. Last time we can also discuss that if we have the quadratic polynomial, we have a 2 zeros. If it is linear, so we have an only 1 0, and if we have a cubic polynomial, so we have a 3 zeros. Sometimes this is also called alpha, and that is also called beta. So that's why I am using that sign here. First 0 it is known as an alpha, and second 0 it is known as an beta. So same here. So sum, so here we are using plus sign, and here they are asking product, so here we are going to use multiplication sign. Now first portion is clear. Find the zeros. So we have a 2 0, 1 and 2. Now second, verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So for that, here we need to find out two other things. Sum of 0 is equal to which formula? Minus b by a. So if we compare this quadratic polynomial with our standard form, so see that ax square plus bx plus c, it is our standard form. So now compare these both. So here the coefficient is 1. So what is the value of a? It will be 1. Then b. So what is a b? It will be 7, because coefficient of x. So b is equal to 7. And the constant term it will be 10. So here c is equal to 10. So here we will put minus sign as usual. What is the value of b? 7. And what is the value of a? It will be 1. So what is our answer? Minus 7. Now second, product of 0. So what is its formula? C by a. What is its formula? C by a. So what is the value of c? 10. What is the value of a? 1. So answer will be 10. Clear? So for sum of zeros and product of zeros, we are directly use formula. And if you are not using the formula, so we can directly find out. Like here, suppose sum of 0, so it will be alpha plus beta. Sum of 0 is equal to alpha plus beta, because sum means what? We can add these both. So what is the value of alpha? Minus 5. What is the value of beta? It will be minus 2. So plus minus minus, minus minus plus, so answer is minus 7. See that this and this answer will be same. Clear? So it means what? If we are using direct formula, so we can get directly answer. And if you are using the method, first of all you can add these both zeros, and then we can finally find out its answer. Now second, alpha into beta. So what is the value of alpha? Minus 5. Then what is the value of beta? Minus 2. So answer is minus 10. Minus minus, it will be plus. So see that this and this answer will be same. So it means what? Either you can use the formula, or you can directly put down that value of 0, and then if sum, so we can add, and if it is product, so we can multiply. So either you are using that formula or you can also use that. Clear? Both are same. So it is our first portion. If they are asked 2.2 question number 1, it is totally depend on that. Question number 1 is same like here, but question are changed now. Clear? So now we are going to our next portion. It is relationship between zeros and coefficient for which cubic polynomial. First we are discussed quadratic, now they are asking cubic. Cubic means maximum power is 3, degree is 3. So what is its standard form? Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. So if it is cubic polynomial, it means what? It have a 3 zeros. How many zeros for cubic polynomial? 3 zeros. So, and second thing, if we want to find out the relationship between zeros and coefficient, so we are use this 3 formula. Which 3 formula? First, sum of 0. So here we have a 3 0, 1, 2 and 3. So first 0 it is known as an alpha, second beta, and third one it is gamma. So same formula, minus b by a. So now what is a b? B means coefficient of x square, coefficient of x square, and a means what? Coefficient of x cube, coefficient of x cube. Now sum of product of 2 0. Sum of product of 2 0 means what? See here. First of all, we can take the product and then we can use the plus sign. So it is known as an sum of product of 2 zeros. So here we have using 2 zeros. It is, if they are asking cube relationship between zeros and coefficient for cubic polynomial, at that time we are using that 3 formula. And if they are asking quadratic, so we are using that formula. So C means what? See that. So here we can write C means coefficient of x, and A means what? Same, coefficient of x cube. Now last formula, product of zeros. Product means what? Multiplication, and if we have a cubic, so we have a 3 zeros. So what is its formula? Minus d by a. So d means what? Constant term. D means what? Constant term. And a means what? A means known as coefficient of x cube. It is known as an coefficient of x cube. Now, for understanding that, we are taking one example, so you can get how can we use that formula in our question. So here they are asking find the relationship between zeros and coefficient for that polynomial. So here we can see that what? It is cubic because maximum degree is 3. So if it is cubic, so we are using these 3 formula. So first we can write. So first of all we can compare that. So if we compare with our standard, so what is the value of A? It is 3. What is the value of B? It is minus 5. What is the value of C? It will be minus 11. And what is the value of D? It will be minus 3. Now next, first formula, sum of 0 is equal to minus B by A. So minus sign. What is the value of B? It is minus 5. And what is the value of A? It is 3. Minus minus plus. So answer is 5 by 3. Now second, sum of product of 2 0. Sum of product of 2 0 is equal to which? What is its formula? C by A. Now what is the value of C? Minus 11 and A is 3. So minus 11 by 3. Next, last, product of 0. So product of 0 is equal to minus d by a. So what is the value of d? Value of d, it is minus 3, and value of a, it will be plus 3. Value of a, it is plus 3. Now minus minus became plus, so 3 cut. So what is its answer? 1. So if they are asking for a cubic polynomial, at that time we are using that 3 formula. Clear? Okay, so now we can start exercise number 2.2. So in exercise 2.2, they are asking find the zeros of following quadratic polynomial and also verify relationship between zeros and coefficient. So in this question we need to find out the two things. First, we can find out its zeros, and second, we can also find out its relationship between zeros and coefficient. It means sum of 0 and product of zeros. So formula we can already write down before the sum. Now first of all we can find the zeros. So here we have a 8. So 4 2s are 8. So here we can factorize like that, 4 minus 2, 4 plus 2, because plus minus minus, so it will be minus 2, and 8 will be same. So 8 we can factorize like 4 2s are. Clear? 8 we can factorize like 4 2s are. Now which is the common? X. So x minus 4 and 2, so once again x minus 4. So first bracket, because x minus 4 is a common bracket, and second it will be x plus 2. So now what is its 0? Alpha is equal to, if it is going second side, so it will be plus 4, and if it is going second side, so beta is equal to minus 2. So what is the value of zeros for that that quadratic? It will be 4 and minus 2. Now second thing, sum of 0. So what is its formula? Minus b by a. So first of all we can compare that with our standard form. So if we compare with our standard, so what is the value of a? It will be 1. What is the value of b? It is minus 2. And what is the value of c? It is minus 8. Now we will put that value in our formula. B is equal to minus 2. And what is the value of a? So it will be plus 2. Now product of 0 is equal to c by a. So what is the value of c? It is minus 8, and value of a, it is 1. So answer is minus 8. So first question is clear. First of all, by using factorization we can find out its 0, and then we can find out the relationship between coefficient and 0. So it means sum of zeros and product of zeros. Now second question, same. First of all we can factorize. So 4 1s are 4, so we can factorize like that, 2 2s are 4. See that, 2 2s are 4. Now once again, which is the common? Here 2s is a common. So 2s minus 1. Once again minus 1 is a common, so minus term become plus and plus term become minus. So 1 bracket 2s minus 1. Second, once again 2s minus 1. So what is our first 0 value? Alpha is, if it is going minus, if it is going second side, so it become plus, and it is in multiplication, if it is going second side, so it will become in the denominator term. So now beta, once again 1 by 2. So both are the same value, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Next, sum of 0 is equal to minus b by a. So first of all, what is the value of a? 4. B once again minus 4, and c value it is 1. So b minus 4 upon 1. So it become minus minus become plus 4. 4 upon 1. So answer will be 4. Now second, product of 0. So formula is c by a. What is the value of c? 1 upon 4. So answer is 1 by 4. Now similarly, question number 3. 6 3s are 18. So 9 2s are 18. 6x square minus 9x plus 2x minus 3. See that we can factorize minus 7 like that. Minus 9 plus 2, it will be minus 7. Once again, which is the common? 3x. So 2x minus 3, 1. So 2x minus 3. So one bracket is 2x minus 3. Second it is 3x plus 1. Now if it is going second set, so it become plus 3, and that will be going second set, so it will be a denominator term, and second 0 value, it is 1 by 3. Sometime it is also known as an alpha, and it is known as an beta. Alpha and beta. Now second, we can also find what is the value of A? 6. Value of B is minus 7, and value of C is minus 3. We can compare with standard form, so we can get the value of A, B and C. Now second portion, sum of 0. So minus B by A, minus B by A. So what is the value of B? Minus 7, and A, it will be 6. So 7 by 6, and product of 0, it is C by A. So what is the value of C? Minus 3 by 6. So 3 1s are 3 2s are, so minus 1 by 2. Now next, question number 4. 4u square plus 8u, means constant term is missing here. Clear? So how can we factorize that? So 4u is a common term. So here in bracket u plus 2, it is u plus 2. So we have a 2 0 4u, and second it will be u plus 2. So here we can if it is equal to 0, so u is equal to 0. First 0, it will be 0, because if it is going second set, so 0 by 4. So 0 by 4, answer will be 0. Second, u plus 2. So if it is going second set, so u is equal to minus 2. So it is our alpha and it is our beta. Next, first of all, we can compare with our standard. So what is the value of A? It is 4. What is the value of B? It is 8. And C, it will be 0, because the constant term here, it is missing. So if it is missing, so we can consider C as a 0. Next, sum of 0 is equal to minus B by A. Minus, what is the value of B? 8 upon 4, so minus 1 by 2. Second, product of 0, it means C by A. So what is the value of C? 0 upon 4, so answer will be 0. Now last, t square minus 15. So here the middle term is missing. So how can we factorize? For factorization of t square minus 15, here we are using that formula. If you remember that, a square minus b square is equal to a plus b and a minus b. So here t square minus 15 is equal to, we can write like that, t all square minus root 15 all square, because if we write root 15 all square, so square root cut, so it will be only 15. Clear? So 15 is equal to, we can write like that, root 15 all square. So here see that a square minus b square, so a plus b and a minus b. So here we can write a minus b and a plus b. So here it is a value of 0. So if it is going second side, so t is equal to plus root 15. Second, t is equal to minus root 15. Next, we want to find out the second portion, sum of 0 and product of zeros. So for that, we can compare with our standard. So a is equal to 1, b, so middle term is missing, so we can consider b as a 0. And what is the value of c? Minus 15. Now sum of 0 is equal to minus b by a. It is minus b by a. So next, what is the value of b? 0 upon 1. So answer is 0. And last, product of 0 is equal to c by a. Product of 0, it is c by a. So what is the c? Minus 15 upon 1. So answer, it is minus 15. Clear? And last question, it is same. See that 3x square minus x minus 4. So 4 3s are 12. You can factorize first of all by using that factorization method, and then you can find the sum of 0 and product of 0. So it will be in your homework. You can try at your home, and if any doubts, you can ask on our group.